Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's Action Figure Showcase, we have part 2 of my Attitude Era collection. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. Like I said, today is part 2 of the Attitude Era collection, and we are starting out with none other than JEFFJARRETT, Jeff Jarrett, and this is a custom I just recently did. I say recently, it's been a few months. I did it on Work in Progress Wednesday. I've always wanted Jeff Jarrett. We were so close to getting him in his, like, long-haired, like, the weird collar and like cutout shirt, and it was going to be an Ultimate Edition, and then he left WWE, and then he went to AEW. I don't know what we're doing with figures for him there. There's supposed to be one from Heels and Faces, maybe, that is going to be making him. I don't remember exactly, but I decided not to wait anymore. We weren't going to get this look anyway that we'd seen from anyone, so decided to go ahead and make my own. The shirt here is a decal. You can see it's very shiny. I don't know if I ever put a sealer over that. The attire is his orange and silver attire. I even put the McDavid logos on there, painted the boot silver. The torso is the same as the British Bulldog Legends figure that Stone Cold torso, but it's in tan. The head is from Head Gimmicks, and this is one of my most proud head sculpts I've painted. You see the beard here. I feel like I painted the hair really well, where it got the right color for the first layer, and then the dry brush over top really gets the like blonde kind of highlighted look. And this Jeff Jarrett's one of my favorite customs. I believe it was in my top 50 when I did my countdown, but Jeff Jarrett, again, I hated him as a kid, and I don't even necessarily like him now. I think that he's grown on a lot of people. More people are starting to give him credit as far as accomplishments he had in wrestling, but I hated him. And at the same time, I needed him for my collection. So starting off today, Jeff Jarrett. Next up, we have one of my favorite completed groups in my set. We've got the Nation of Domination in all of their attires. And admittedly, this is not the Nation of Domination Rock figure that we got. We got him in the more traditional looking African attire. But I took the Rocky Maivia ringside exclusive because when I think of Nation of Domination Rock, this is the attire I think of. This is that match he had against Triple H, I believe, at SummerSlam, that ladder match. So I put the Intercontinental title with him. The torso, I'm pretty sure, is switched with just another Rock torso, that Austin torso. Obviously, we just recently got the Kama and the D'Lo Brown figures, and then the Mark Henry was the, what was that line called? Decade of Domination? Maybe, no. I don't remember. Something like that. At Walmart, celebrating, I think it was 10 years of the Mattel line. Mark Henry was in their cane. That was a weird set to find. I happened to find a pallet of it, still wrapped up with the plastic, and I ripped off the plastic. That was the only Mark Henry I ever saw. The figure itself is fine. It looks good. He has baby hands for Mark Henry. I don't like that, but these all together, I think, look awesome, especially with all their hats. Just really, I love completing groups. That's one of my favorite things, completing groups, completing stables, tag teams, whatever. And we've got the Nation of Domination in full official Mattel release. I feel like we really don't have a lot of full stables from Mattel. Like, a lot of them are missing a guy, missing the correct attire, but we've got everyone we need for the Nation of Domination, and these elites are some of my favorites. Before moving on entirely from the Nation of Domination, I did want to bring back the original, I think it was Elite 85, I want to say, D'Lo Brown, which came with the chest protector, which I didn't have on this figure. I do have, not the Legends, but I had made a custom D'Lo that has the chest protector on that'll make it in somewhere later in an Attitude Era episode. But then we've got my Owen Hart figure, which is basically the same formula as my Hart Foundation one. We've got the like Chad Gable body, Tommaso Ciampa calves, and then the arms, I don't remember who those are from. But again, another House 14 head, that's his attire from when he was in the Nation. I wanted to say, one of the reasons that Nation of Domination set is so hard to complete. So besides this D'Lo Brown figure right here, none of the other ones were in the main Elite line. Kama and D'Lo were easy to find for the most part, I think. I didn't find the Chase D'Lo, but again, it was fine because I had made a custom. So those were Target exclusive. Mark Henry was Walmart exclusive. And then the Rock and Farouk figures were not, I don't know if they weren't ringside. They were on like Amazon, I think, originally, and then some popped up at Kmart, which I think that's where I got mine. So they all just were weird exclusives to different stores and none in the main Elite line, which, I don't know, I feel like the Nation of Domination might not be huge sellers, but at the same time, Attitude Era, like we've gotten these guys in the Elite line with other versions of themselves, so I feel like you could have made something work. Maybe we'll get a Mattel Creations 5-pack of Nation of Domination. I would love that. Maybe not for everyone. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because I feel I have my Attitude Era rose-colored glasses, blinders on, and maybe it wouldn't be as big as I think. But those two last couple pieces of my Nation of Domination. Moving on. Next up, some personal favorites of mine growing up. We've got Too Cool, Scotty 2 Hotty, Rikishi, and Grandmaster Sexay. Growing up, I played SmackDown Know Your Role, and the career mode on there wasn't much. You basically would just pick whatever superstar you wanted to. And I don't even know if you selected one specifically, but you'd get your wrestler, you'd pick what division you were in, and then you would just play matches. And there wasn't really a story. There were like cutscenes that could be activated every now and then when you'd be put in a situation, and then you could work your way up the rankings to fight for the belt. I played for hours as Scotty 2 Hotty to win the light heavyweight championship, and let me tell you, it was soul crushing losing that belt. And I won it and I lost it many times. That was one of my favorite games of all time. But anyway, we've got Too Cool here, and this is another one that I don't think we're ever going to get completed officially. We've got Scotty 2 Hotty. We've gotten a bunch of versions of Rikishi with him. We've gotten his Head Shrinkers iteration. We are getting the Sultan, which is not out as of recording. It should be coming pretty soon, though. We're getting the Sultan, but we're not going to get Grandmaster Sexay. He was always on weird terms with WWE. Then, obviously, the circumstances in which he passed away weren't great ones, but a lot of people still fondly think of Too Cool, so it obviously would be cool to complete this set. I think the Scotty 2 Hotty was Elite 58, I want to say. The Rikishi, I don't even remember which Rikishi that is. They all pretty much look the same. They changed the color of the belt, but I think that is a really good looking figure. I think the mold for him, the legs for him is really good. Proportionally, I feel like comparing that with his Head Shrinkers body, I know he got a little bit, I know he got bigger, but just, I feel like they're not very consistent with some of the bigger guys, or the Samoans, like Umaga and the Wild Samoan figures are huge, and they fit next to this Rikishi. They don't fit at all next to the Head Shrinker. So there's Scotty, took his attire off. He's got the spiked up hair, obviously, just the camo pants and green shoes. And then the Grandmaster, so this figure, the lowers are from the Eddie Guerrero LWO figure. And then the torso is a Bo Dallas torso, Daniel Bryan arms with some gloved hands. And then this is a Jax head. It is pretty big, but with the Jax rubber shirt or whatever, I think it kind of hides some of the size and doesn't completely kill it for me. I was lucky to come across that Jax head But there's my first iteration of Too Cool, so we do have a couple more of these guys. So here we go. I will bet my life we never get this version of Too Cool, which is disappointing because this is what I think of, especially with the Scotty 2 Hottie. I think when they made the other one, they had the idea that this could be more of a, like, you could squeak that into your Ruthless Aggression collection, End of Attitude Era, whatever. He can kind of stand alone because he's not in his matching attire with Grandmaster Sexay. But the Scotty is a Jack's head that I just dremeled out, obviously. This is one thing I want to look at. So just look at the Mattel head, which I do. The likeness is good. Likeness is good, but look at the dry brushing that they put into the Jack's head. I think that they just put so much more effort into the Jack's heads with a lot of them. Now, True Effects has changed a lot, but Jack's, I've talked about it many times on the channel, Jack's really got it done in the head sculpt department. But anyway, we've got the white, like, graffiti attire. I used some Bray Wyatt legs and some Bo Dallas crotch pieces. This is a head from House 14 that was a misprint, so it is broken off on that side. But overall, it looks pretty good. Really like that look for Grandmaster with the sunglasses and the goggles. You can see here, he's got a Tully Blanchard torso, Dana Bryan arms and everything. Put the belt on them because I have a bunch of those belts. So same thing over here, same exact recipe, formula, whatever, for both of them. And then again, with Rikishi, same look, just a different color belt, but it's a good figure, so I didn't need too much. And then I do have one more figure of Grandmaster Sexay, so this is with the a different House 14 head. So this one, same Bray Wyatt lowers, and then a shirt from Luke Harper to give him that tank top he used to wear. Just a different look. There's a few different looks that I thought were still iconic, like that I think of with Too Cool and Grandmaster Sexay. So you can see here up close, just the goggles, no sunglasses on this one, do-rag and everything, but a great sculpt. I've gotten a few of them from House 14, so if you're trying to add Grandmaster Sexay to your collection as well, I'd check them out. So we are going to finish up with the group from the Attitude Era. That's kind of the theme today. Nation of Domination, Too Cool, bunch of different looks, and we are going to finish off with like the headliners of the Attitude Era. A couple of those early just stalwart pieces of Attitude Era. We've got DX after WrestleMania 14. So once Triple H did his big promo, brought in the New Age Outlaws, brought back X-Pac, him and China, said we're not going to worry about Shawn, we're going to get stronger, and then we got the DX that many of us still know and love. So these figures specifically, I think these are some of the coolest things we've gotten from Mattel. We got the 2-for-1. All of these guys have on ring attire, but then we got the DX Army clothes. I'm not going to take off all of the clothes. I've got some more DX figures I was going to look at, but all of them just got their Army look. They got Army pants. I thought this was some of the coolest stuff we've gotten from Mattel. And admittedly, the Legends line at this point was definitely easy to grab. So back them up here, you see them a little better. We did get the red attire, I believe, with X-Pac, which was really cool. This was, that Road Dogg was the attire I showed you with my New Age Outlaws custom. I think that Triple H is in the green attire, his like black with the green middle, like the crotch is green, says Triple H. And then Billy Gunn is the white attire with different like green and purple lips on it. And then China, I mean, basically that's just China. You could take off the vest, but that's not a lot to that China figure. But I was pretty pumped when we got these DX Army. I had always wanted to make customs, but the idea of painting 4 figures with camo pants sounded like absolute hell to me, so I never got around to it. The head sculpts, I think, are all really nice. I think they were all new at the time when we got them. True Effects, I really couldn't ask for much more, especially doing the 2-in-1. Like, maybe there was some other things. They did try to go with all attires that just had plain black boots, so we do have kick pads for X-Pac and They're not army boots, but for a 2-in-1, what we got, I thought it was really cool. So last thing, we've got to bust out DX with their ring attire. So let me do some rearranging and then we'll get out of here. So before we get the whole group out here, I did want to show off my Elite 33 X-Pac. I do have a custom that I kind of pose with all of my DX figures, but this one, I've got the DX hockey jersey on. It's just the all black attire, green accents. Great figure, but I'm about to show you here. Next is what I think of when I think of X-Pac, so just wanted to get that in there. Here we are wrapping up today with my DX. This is what I think of with DX. I'm not done, so I've done a few things mixing around this Road Dogg figure. So I am going to throw some decals on him that I printed off from the 3XR library, but you can see he still has his Shield logo on his chest there. Billy Gunn, I gave him the bigger Triple H, like the later Triple H torso to make him a little bigger because he is jacked. He's always been jacked. In the Attitude Era, he was in his prime, so I made him a little bit bigger. I think I gave him some bigger arms too. I don't remember. But that was Elite 27. That was the first DX figure I'd ever picked up. Obviously, that shirt he is wearing is not an official Mattel shirt. I got that from Threadhead Customs, the Mr. Ass crop top. And I think him and Road Dogg look great next to each other. The X-Pac figure there is the Elite 33 upper, and then I took the lowers from the Legends figure, which I painted the green over red. That green on it was red. I painted over that. You can probably see some red in here somewhere. Yeah, you can see on the back there. It used to be red, painted it green, but I really wanted that X-Pac. That's just what I think of is that white, the white legs, the green attire, and then Triple H is still a little more mixing around. I think that is the best head sculpt that we've gotten for DX Triple H. I like the big hair. The green, like I said, I think that's the Legends figure. So I did look. The Legends, the DX Army Triple H I have is the original DX Triple H Hunter Hearst Helmsley we got with the like bluish, tealish kind of metallic attire. And then this one is what I was talking about with the green. It says Triple H on the tights there. And then the wax stamp shirt that we did just get with the Legend Triple H, but I thought that figure was very underwhelming. I'm not going to get into that. I didn't even pick that one up. This one, I got the shirt from Threadhead, and I'm pretty sure he wore it sleeveless, and we got it with sleeves in that Legends figure. But this is what I wanted for my DX Triple H. And then the China is the Legends figure, but then I took the legs from the WrestleMania, that purple one we got of her, swapped those to get more of a just like plain ring attire China. But there is DX, and again, the Nation of Domination is a set I really, really liked. DX was a little bit easier to complete, especially you could just pick up the Legends line and complete them, but I wanted all of them and they're in green and black attires, and I accomplished that here, and I'm very, very happy with it. Obviously, one of my favorite groups growing up. I think a lot of people really like DX, but I assume. If someone told me otherwise, I'd think you're lying. Anyway, that is going to wrap up today, part 2 of the Attitude Era collection. We have a lot more to come. I'm really excited. Hopefully, before too long, that Monday Night Wars set starts to hit. But if you like what we're doing here, please like, share, subscribe. I always appreciate it. And remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude, out.